Group 3, Old Zhao's family got 120 grand. It's all thanks to our great land here in Wutong Village. I led the whole village in growing sugar oranges. We made 1.2 million in net profit in 1 year. According to the deal I signed with Liu Defa, I put in my technology as equity. That means I should get 10%, 120 grand. With that money, I could pay off the debt from my research. I could also give my fiancé, who's waited 3 years, a proper wedding. Next, Lin Feng. Lin Feng, here's your 500 bucks. How much did you say? A $500 labor allowance. He was Liu Dafa's only son. Liu Shaoji had just come back from a famous overseas school. He called himself a modern agriculture expert. Lin Feng, know your place. The land belongs to the village. The trees belong to everyone. All you did was wander around the mountain every day, spraying that weird mystery potion of yours. We're giving you this 500 because you're an orphan. Everyone chipped in so you could get through New Year's. Liu Shaoji, we signed a written agreement back then. My technology was worth 10%. Without my formula, what supermarket in the province would pay triple for our village's fruit? That really doesn't sound right. Xiaofeng really did put in a lot of work. Yeah, last year my family's fields were almost chopped down to plant corn. Liu Dafa's face darkened. He was about to snap. But Liu Shaoji slammed the table first and threw out an expense sheet. Work. More like working to line his own pockets. Everyone. I checked last year's accounts. The seed cultures and fertilizer Lin Feng bought were a full 20% above market price. Over the year, he must have pocketed at least 190 grand in kickbacks. What, kickbacks? Lin Feng, how could you do that? The village paid for your schooling. And you even stole our farming supply money? I knew he was way too eager, always running up the mountain. Turns out he was afraid we'd find out his dirty secret. Liu Shaoji, that's because my seed cultures are lab grade. How can regular fertilizer compare? I covered that 20% difference myself. The invoices are all here. Who knows if you had someone fake those invoices? Everyone. Lin Feng's backwoods method doesn't just steal from you. It also damages the soil. What I brought back this time is the latest high-yield growth technology from America. I guarantee that with my new technology, next year our village's sugar orange output will double, and profits will triple. Profits will triple? If he can double production, then my family could get 240 grand next year. Shaoji studied overseas. He's definitely better than Lin Feng, that dirty-handed thief. Xiaofeng, a person needs to know how to be grateful. You stole everyone's money. Only taking back your bonus is already more than fair. Get out. Stop embarrassing yourself here. Yeah, get out of Wutong Village. A kickback-taking ingrate doesn't deserve to grow our trees. Faced with doubled profits and baseless slander, the crowd turned instantly, looking at those once familiar faces. In that moment, the last bit of warmth in my heart went cold. I looked at Liu Dafa, the elder who used to seem so kind. Now he was calmly sipping tea. As long as he branded me corrupt, he would never have to honor that 10% profit agreement, and he could openly let his son take over my orchard. Fine, very good. Since you all think I'm an ingrate, and think my technology is some backwoods trick, then keep this 500 bucks and use it to buy yourselves some medicine. I hope this time next year, you can still laugh like you are today. I didn't take the 500 bucks. I turned around and walked out of the village office. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Group owner Liu Shaoji tagged everyone. Due to serious violations by technician Lin Feng and embezzlement of public funds, he has been dismissed. From now on, I will fully take over the orchard and launch the doubled production plan. Right after that, I was kicked out of the Wutong Village Sugar Orange Group. I stood on the stone bridge at the village entrance, looking back at the brightly lit village office. Their cheers and the sound of counting money felt brutally ironic in the cold wind. Wutong Village, you think you kicked out a dirty-handed orphan, but in reality, you kicked out the last lifeline of this village. Back at my old mud brick house, I started packing. The village had only lent me this place because they pitied me. Now that I was the kickback-taking ingrate, this house would probably be taken back by Liu Dafa tomorrow. Just as I stuffed some old clothes into a woven bag, hurried footsteps sounded outside. Lin Feng! Suking was someone I met at the Provincial Agricultural Academy. For me, she quit her decent city job and followed me to this mountain village for 3 hard years. Did you get the bonus? They gave me 500 bucks as labor pay. I didn't take it. A 1.2 million profit, and they gave you 500 bucks? Are they crazy or are we? Liu Dafa's son came back. He brought back some so-called foreign technology. To avoid paying that 10% bonus, Liu Shaoji accused me in public of taking kickbacks on seed cultures. Now, the whole village thinks I'm a corrupt, public money stealing ingrate. Bullshit. Those high-grade seed cultures were clearly bought by you out of pocket. Those heartless bastards. I'm going to settle this with them. She turned to rush out, but 2 figures blocked the doorway. They were Su Qing's parents. The old couple had run a noodle shop in the county for half their lives. They had hoped their daughter would live well after marrying me. Who knew this would happen? What happened at the village office had spread everywhere. Of course, they had heard about it too. Uncle, Auntie. I'm sorry. I was driven out by the village. I don't even have a penny left. Just then, a sharp car horn blared outside. Well, isn't that Su Qing? What's the future in following a dirty-handed orphan who can't even earn 500 bucks? Lin Feng, I almost forgot to tell you. That mud brick house of yours? The village committee just decided to take it back and use it for fertilizer storage. Get out tonight. Or tomorrow, I'll send an excavator to help you move. Liu Shaoji, don't push it too far. I'm just handling official business. I'm stopping losses for the whole village. Now hurry up and get lost. Wutong Village doesn't support dead weight. Uncle, Auntie, take Chinger back to the city. I didn't just take the blame. Now I have nothing. If she stays with me, she'll only be humiliated. Lin Feng, what the hell are you saying? It's just 120 grand. If they won't give it to us, we'll earn it ourselves. We'll lease an orchard ourselves. With what money? I can't even afford a packet of seeds right now. Xiaofeng, human hearts, can be colder than an ice pit in December. Those ungrateful people didn't want to share the money, and boy did they find a perfect excuse. But I've judged people my whole life. Xiaofeng, I trust your character. Your aunt and I still have an apartment in the county. We plan to sell it after you two got married, to help with the down payment on a new home. Together with the 200 grand we saved from the noodle shop, it's about 1 million. Take it all. Uncle, how could I? This is your retirement money. Take it. Xiaofeng, our Su family doesn't ask for riches. We just want to stand tall. They called you an ingrate. Then live well and show them what you're made of. If you still see me as your mom, take this money and make something of yourself. In that instant, my tears finally broke loose. I, Lin Feng, had no parents. I grew up eating meals from the families of Wutong Village, but they threw me out. Yet right here, right now, in this broken down yard, I felt richer than anyone in the world. Fine, I'll take the money. Dad, Mom, Xinger, I swear to you, within 1 year, I'll pay you back. 1,000, no, 10,000 times over. At 8 a.m. the next morning, I went to the bank and mortgaged the apartment. That afternoon, with 1 million in hand, I walked into the town's agricultural lease office. When I said the name of the land I wanted to lease, the clerk looked at me like I was insane. Even the pen in his hand dropped onto the desk. Shiguzi Mountain, Lin Feng? Are you out of your mind? You're sure you want to lease that place? It's right across from Wutong Village, but the whole mountain is covered in broken rocks. The soil has dangerously high heavy metal levels. Not even weeds grow properly there. A few years ago, some out-of-town boss tried planting pear trees there. He sank 3 million into it. In less than a year, every sapling died. That's the most famous dead land in our whole town. I'm sure I want Shiguzi Mountain. Sign it for 5 years. Soon, the news spread all over town. Lin Feng, the technician, kicked out of Wutong Village, had completely lost it. He gave up a stable life, took his fiancée, and jumped headfirst into that dead rocky wasteland. He poured his father-in-law's house sale savings into it. When the news reached Wutong Village, the village office erupted in roaring laughter. I thought Lin Feng had some real skills. Turns out he wants to be king of a rock mountain. That kid just got rattled. He's desperate. Ignore him. A broke nobody like him. Can't make any waves. Xiaoji, how's that 10 million pound pre-sale contract? With the provincial capital going? Dad, relax. I've already had the villagers spray growth boosters and high-yield hormone fertilizer. Next year, Wutong's oranges won't just ripen early. They'll be bigger than apples. By then, we won't make 10 million. We'll make 30 million. Shiguzi Mountain was less than 5 meters from Wutong Village. Over there, Wutong's orchards were exploding under hormones. Everyone dreamed of getting rich overnight. But on Shiguzi Mountain, it was dead like a no-man's land. By day, Susing and I dug through the hard gravel, shovel by shovel. At night, we slept in a drafty tent. Looking at the gray-brown wasteland, I silently swore to myself, this year, I would make this dead mountain grow the sweetest, most premium golden sugar mandarins in the province. And your payback would come the day those oranges turned red. Qing, take a break. Lin Feng, as long as you can grow them, this little bit of hardship is nothing. My parents put the rest of their lives on the line for us. We can't lose. I squeezed her hand tight and looked down the mountain. Across a dried-up riverbed, Wutong Village's orchard looked unbelievably prosperous. Liu Xiaoji had hired several huge drones, circling above the trees and spraying white mist. That was what he called a premium Western yield booster. But in reality, the second I smelled that harsh odor drifting over, I knew it was just an overdose of growth enhancer and gibberellin. He was forcing them to ripen, draining those fruit trees early, to dress up his so-called returnee expert image. Half a month later, I went down to town for farm tools and ran into Liu Dafa and his son at the village entrance. Behind them were reporters with cameras. Looks like they were filming a hometown entrepreneur success story. Well, isn't this our mountain king, Lin Feng? Sir, we heard you gave up a mature orchard and leased the barren mountain instead. What was your reason? What else could it be? He got fired for taking kickbacks in Wutong Village. Now he's desperate and putting on some weird art show over there. Everybody, look. This is the local expert who claims he has a secret formula. Now he's on that rock hill where grass won't even grow, dreaming of growing sugar mandarins. Ha ha ha! Liu Xiaoji is your high-yield technology. Just overdosing hormones? Sugar mandarin skins are thin. If you push them this hard, the flesh cells divide too fast, and the peel can't keep up. They may look strong now, but once frost season hits and the temperature swings, your oranges will split and turn sour. No one will be able to save them. You don't know crap. This is the latest molecular bioagent. You've got classic sour grapes. You just can't stand seeing the village get rich. Lin Feng, stop cursing us. Xiaoji is a PhD who studied overseas. He knows way more than you. You can't grow anything yourself, so now you want to drag us down too. What a nasty heart. Go back to your rock mountain and eat dirt. Looking at these villagers, people I'd once coached tree by tree, now acting like they wanted to spit on me. I shook my head, grabbed my handcart, and walked back toward Shiguzi Mountain without looking back. Good advice can't save people determined to fail. I'd done all I could. Back on the mountain, I started transplanting the golden sugar mandarin saplings carefully into the restored planting pits. These saplings had roots soaked in my microbial activator. They were over 3 times stronger than regular ones. Feng, do you think something will really happen to them? Plants are just like people. Force them to grow and it backfires. Chang, look! Its roots have already reached the humus in the cracks. There isn't much soil here, but every inch is living soil I've treated with microbes. They grow slowly, but the fruit they produce will be truly sweet to the core. Day after day passed. Time flew by in digging and fertilizing. 2 months later, on the once barren Shiguzi Mountain, patches of green had miraculously appeared. Those sugar mandarin trees growing stubbornly in the cracks weren't tall, but their leaves were glossy, bursting with healthy vitality. Meanwhile, across the way, Wutong Village's oranges were already egg-sized. Liu Xiaoji posted photos in the group every day. See? This is the power of technology. This year's oranges will set a provincial-size record. The villagers smashed the like button. Some even started talking about using the profits to buy the old plot. Lin Feng's parents left behind and built a pig pen there. But what they didn't know was that under all that prosperity, the inner fibers of those fruits had been overstimulated by hormones and were already dangerously fragile. 1 week before frost season, Wutong Village became the busiest place in town. A huge poster hung at the village office gate. It showed Liu Xiaoji in a suit, standing in the orchard holding sugar mandarins. The headline read, "American-trained PhD brings a miracle home. Golden fruit double yield livestream." For this day, Liu Xiaoji had spent a fortune. He hired a provincial influencer sales team and used Liu Dafa's authority to force every household to lay reflective film under the trees. And once the fruit began changing color, he increased the dose of miracle yield fertilizer. Guys, look at the orchard behind me. In the live stream, Liu Shaoji held a fill light, his excited voice already hoarse. This is the latest international farming technology I brought back. Look at these oranges. They're a full size bigger than last year. Sweetness, juice, and appearance are all world class. Today we're opening pre-sales in the live stream. 10 million pounds of sugar mandarins, with 8 million already ordered. If you want to get rich, or eat top-tier mandarins, order now. The order count on screen went crazy, with Liu Shaoji wearing the halo of an overseas-trained agriculture PhD, plus the reputation I built for Wutong last year. In less than 2 hours, the 10 million pound quota was snapped up by supermarkets and live stream viewers. Shaoji, we're set now. Once the deposits come in, each family in our village gets an extra 30 grand. Let's see who still dares mention that orphan Lin Feng. The villagers went even crazier. To increase output, Old Zhao's family secretly gave their trees a double dose of hormones. In their eyes, those trees weren't growing fruit, they were growing cash. While Wutong Village was going crazy over $1 million order, I was standing on top of Shiguzi Mountain, staring at that weirdly lush orchard across the river. Suzing handed me a steaming bowl of noodles, eyes fixed worriedly on the other side. Linfeng, they're selling like crazy over there. I heard Liu Shaoji already paid out part of the deposits to the villagers. Everyone's been talking behind your back, saying you took on a dead mountain and lost your mind. Chinger, look at those clouds. The weather station said tonight we're getting a once-in-a-decade cold snap. Temps dropping below freezing. Liu Shaoji had the villagers pump the trees full of water and growth hormones just to make the oranges look good on stream. The fruit cells are already pushed to their limit. Tonight, that $1 million order is going to be their death sentence. The first frost of fall hit 3 days earlier than usual. At 2 a.m., dead quiet, I wasn't sleeping. I was out walking the orchard with Su Qing. The Satsuma trees on Shiguzi Mountain weren't as big as the ones across the river, but every single one had been conditioned with microbial solution, tough as nails. That's when it started. From across the river came one faint crack, then a non-stop barrage, like rain hammering a plastic greenhouse. Linfeng, you hear that? I hit the floodlight across the river and caught the whole disaster unfolding in that so-called high-tech orchard. Those big, plump Satsumas, the ones carrying $1 million worth of orders, couldn't handle the sudden temperature drop and the pressure building inside. They started bursting. Everywhere. No, my oranges! My oranges! Old Zhao's screams tore through the night. Then the second farm, then the third. The entire Wutong Village orchard descended into chaos. Come morning, Liu Shaoji hadn't even woken up from his millionaire fantasy before someone started pounding on his door. Director Chen, the biggest fresh produce boss in the province, showed up with a dozen inspectors and legal staff, already waiting in the village office courtyard. Behind him, a fleet of massive refrigerated trucks, there to pick up the first shipment. Liu Shaoji. Where are my premium Satsumas? Liu Shaoji stumbled out to the orchard. One look at what was in front of him, and his legs gave out. He dropped to his knees right there in the mud. The ground was covered in rotting oranges leaking sour juice. Those big ones he was so proud of. They looked like stomped roadkill, just everywhere. This is supposed to be Satsuma? I can smell the hormones and preservatives from here. Liu Shaoji, you really tried to run this scam on me? I put down a $5 million deposit. It's right there in the contract. Fail inspection, pay triple. Director Chen, this was a natural disaster. You can't blame me for this. Natural disaster, my A. Frost happens every year. I just drove past Shiguzi Mountain on the other side. Their trees got frosted too. How come not a single one cracked? Whose land is that? At that moment, every single person in the village turned to look at the mountain they'd written off as worthless. Up on that mountain, me and Su Qing were working with the crew. Calm, steady, picking fruit. Those Satsumas were only fist-sized, but the skin was tight and glossy, standing strong in the cold wind. That's Lin Feng. Grab the inspector, let's go over there. Watching Director Chen's whole crew march toward Shiguzi Mountain, watching his $1 million dream shatter right then and there. Liu Shaoji let out a gut-wrenching scream. Lin Feng, it was you did this to me. He tried to charge forward, but his own legal team held him back. Mr. Liu, instead of going after someone else, you might want to think about how you're going to cover that $15 million breach of contract penalty. Meanwhile, at the foot of Shiguzi Mountain, Director Chen's inspection team was going full speed. Director Chen, results are in. 0 heavy metals, mineral content well above standard, average sugar content over 23 bricks, fully meets top-tier export requirements. Director Chen slapped his thigh. Lin, brother, I've been in this industry for 20 years, never once seen anyone grow something this elite on a dead mountain. That 10 a pound offer earlier? I was playing, I'll do 12. Sign a long-term supply deal and I'll put money into developing this whole mountain. 12 bucks a pound. First harvest on Shiguzi is 300,000 pounds. That's over $3.6 million. Susan covered her mouth with both hands, eyes filling with tears. Her parents clutched each other, crying the tears of a lifetime. Across the river, the villagers of Wutong stood there frozen, every single one of them stunned silent. Liu Shaoji was still slumped in the mud, his phone blowing up with DMs from the short video platform. Scammer, give me my money back! This is your premium Satsuma? It's already mush! I've reported you to the platform. Get ready to lose your account and pay up. Dad, we can't afford a $15 million penalty. Even if we sold the whole village, we still couldn't cover it. But that Lin Feng, if his fruit supply's gone, Mr. Chen's got no choice but to come back to us. We can source stock from out of town to fill the order. Late that night, Shiguzi Mountain was swallowed in darkness. I wasn't sleeping in the cabin. I was sitting in the control room, the one I built with the first investment Uncle Su gave me, a full infrared radar surveillance grid covering the whole mountain. Would Li Feng's crew actually show up? 2 a.m. The monitors suddenly lit up with a few blinking red dots. 2 shadowy figures, each hauling a heavy sprayer, crept up Shiguzi Mountain from the dried-up riverbed, not taking the main path but scrambling up the steep rocky slope. I zoomed in. The infrared feed clearly picked out the faces of Liu Shaoji and Liu Dafa. Liu Shaoji was carrying a big drum. Not fertilizer, a concentrated mix of paraquat and herbicide. One pour of that, and it wouldn't just kill this year's fruit. It would rot the roots completely. That's brutal. He was trying to cut off our livelihood entirely. Right as Liu Shaoji cracked a sneer and twisted open the lid, about to pour it onto the roots of our prized test tree number 1, the entire mountain blazed like daylight. A piercing alarm screamed across the mountain. Dozens of high-powered spotlights locked onto both of them instantly, sneaking up my mountain in the middle of the night. What, here to share some overseas farming tips? Liu Shaoji went pale. He instinctively tried to chuck the leftover herbicide into the ravine. I pointed up at the hidden infrared camera in the trees. Save it. From the moment you crossed that river, everything's been recorded in 4K. Every word you said, all of it, crystal clear. Liu Shaoji intentionally poisoning and destroying someone else's property at this scale? That's easy 10 years. Lin Feng, bro, I messed up. I was out of my mind. I was drowning in debt, man. Come on, we grew up in the same village. Same village? On the day of the payout, when you called me a backstabbing ingrate, did you think about that? When you trashed my fiancé and threatened to bulldoze my house? Did any of that feel like same village to you? Liu Dafa, you're the head of Wutong Village. You just broke the law in broad daylight. I'd say your days in that seat are done. The moment Liu Shaoji and Liu Dafa were cuffed, villagers across the river started waking up. They crowded along the bank pointing and whispering, "Wait, isn't that the Liu father and son? Why are they getting arrested?" Word is they went up to poison Xiaofeng's trees. That is cold-blooded. And we actually trusted his sheep farming advice. Turns out he had no skills. And on top of that, he's a criminal. Inside the advance payment Mr. Chen gave me, there was a dedicated fund for building a high-grade digital orchard. What Liu Shaoji didn't know was, I didn't just learn how to grow things. I learned how to protect them. That night, the sugar mandarins on Shiguzi Mountain sat quietly under the moonlight. I knew the hardest part was behind us. But the avalanche in Wutong Village, the one set off by arrogance and greed, was just getting started. The day after the Liu family was taken away, it was like the sky had caved in on the village. A multi-million-dollar penalty, bank loans piling up, and a totally failed harvest. 3 mountains crushing the villagers all at once. The folks who'd been counting on their payout to buy cars and build houses didn't see a single cent. And worse, because they'd already taken deposits, they were now facing lawsuits. Meanwhile, up on Shiguzi Mountain, it was a completely different scene. Mr. Chen's delivery trucks were lined up one after another, and crate after crate of golden, fragrant sugar mandarins were being loaded onto refrigerated trucks. I was going through the roster, handing out pay to the temp workers I'd brought in from nearby villages. Then out of nowhere, I heard a wave of heavy footsteps at the base of the mountain, mixed with loud, angry shouting. Lin Feng, get out here! You've got no conscience. You're just standing by while our village falls apart. And you're out here selling fruit? Lin Feng, don't go down there. They've all lost it. Xiaofeng, please, save our village. That animal Liu Dafa has destroyed us. Mr. Chen's demanding $15 million in penalties. We can't pay that. We've got nothing left. Old Zhao, if you want your money back, go find Liu Shaoji. What do you expect me to do about it? You can help. You're the only one who can.